Hey, it's Julian on the radio, Gowhere Hip Hop. What's up, Steve-O?
Just chilling, man. We had the show tonight.
I was, dude. It's kind of funny. I know you don't remember. You probably talked to a bunch of people, but I saw you in Chicago. This is maybe a year ago, and then I saw you here today, and I don't know. It's just dope to see you, man.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you.
I got a question. Joe at the club was telling me that you've been touring for the past couple years now, because
3 years, yeah.
3 years straight?
Yeah, I mean, largely, I'm not touring as much now as I was. Shit, 2011 was non-stop, man. I toured 15 different countries in that 1 year alone.
With straight comedy.
Yep, it's comedy. I was doing, I was more heavy on the stunts, a couple years ago. I was lighting myself on fire at every show and doing, the knife on the nose and the lime juice in the eyes and, all this stuff. I've, really been getting better at the comedy. And, so...
Good.
Yeah, it's cool, man, and, people are coming out. The comedy's getting better and better, and, I'm going back to clubs for, the third time now, and it's really cool, man. I'm stoked. In Arizona this week, I'm in Illinois next week, I'm in Washington State the week after that. I mean, I'm adding some tour dates here and there, but I just not as totally relentless, and I'm glad because I lose my mind, man, when I'm just nothing but tour.
Where do you live now?
West Hollywood, California.
Okay, so do you have any downtime? What do you do when you're in California? You're at home chilling out. You know what I mean?
I was giving myself kind of a bunch of downtime. Even over the last year, I was going. If I had time off, I was going on surf trips. In the last almost 2 years, the last year and a half, I surfed Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Canada, Maldives, El Salvador. Just went on all these crazy trips to go surfing.
Who do you go surfing with?
I've got one sober buddy that we go on trips together. I've been on some trips by myself. But now, I don't know. I kind of got re-energized, and I just got a new camera. I'm all about just filming. I'm on a filming tear right now, with this new YouTube channel I started. 4 days ago I launched the channel. I went from 0 subscribers to, at this point, 316,000 subscribers in 4 days. And, I posted up just 3 videos so far. I got over 1 million views on the one. It's crazy in 4 days,
What made you not start your own YouTube? Because I honestly thought you already had one. What made you not start your own one?
I did have one back when I was all crazy on drugs, and I was just broadcasting my downward spiral in virtual real time, but that's I don't even fuck with that anymore. And it's a good question. Why didn't I make a YouTube channel way sooner? Who knows? But the timing couldn't be better because for all the people who have made YouTube channels. For one reason or another, man, people are dude, we need awesome shit, people are stoked to find out that Steve-O's on YouTube, and they're subscribing like crazy, man. And I'm so stoked. I got my buddy Mario right here. We're gonna.
So what up, Mario?
This is my bro. I used to live in Albuquerque, and Mario still lives in Albuquerque.
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Why?
That was where I paid my dues, man. I did my
doing what?
Stunts, man. That was
No, you hooked up with the Jackass guys. That's how it happened, right?
I first hooked up with the Jackass guys in Albuquerque in 1997. The Doves Tour, May of 1997.
I moved there in 96 from Florida.
Right.
Simon Eddie moved there from Florida too.
You know what's amazing? From people on the outside, unless we really investigate it, I think you hook up with the Jackass guys, and I'm not saying that your rise happened that quickly, but we think that you made a couple pilots of MTV and then boom, that's how you got the show. But it doesn't really happen like that.
Well, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of dues paying before that. In any case, whatever. But I'm just on a filming tear, man, and boy, are we gonna. I think we're really gonna fucking turn this town upside down tomorrow, dude. I think. Yeah. This interview doesn't come out right away, right?
No, it's fine.
Cool.
We have to edit it up. It's cool.
Wait, I'm thinking there's gonna be some serious cops tomorrow.
You're talking about your show here tomorrow?
I'm talking about what I'm gonna film during the day tomorrow.
And at the end of the day, you're looking to piss people off, right?
Well, I gotta tell you how I came up with the condom prank.
Describe that for people that don't.
Well, here's what happened. I went over and I humped this chick while I was home visiting my family in Florida. I humped her. I just met her, and she says, "Hey, you want to come meet my dog at my house?" I was like, "I would love to meet your dog." So then we're driving. I'm following her in her car, and she sends me a text while we're driving. She says, "Do you have any condoms?" I'm like, "Dude, I just met this chick. She said, come to my house. Do you have any condoms?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah." I'm like, "Well, actually, I didn't, so I could pull up in a gas station and get some condoms." I humped this chick. I mean, I just came so fast. It was completely embarrassing. And I took off this rubber, and I just I guess I tied it in a knot, and I just stuffed it back into the condom box, put it in my pocket. And then it was like, I'm staying at my sister's house. So I'm driving home from this chick's house, and it's occurring to me that, there is no trash can in my sister's house that I feel super comfortable about throwing a condom box with a used rubber in it. And so my sister lives in this gated community in Florida, and I pull up to the gate where I have to show my ID, identify myself, and be found on the list of approved people to enter. And it occurs to me what I really want to do as the person, the guard at the gate, asks for my ID. I just think man, I genuinely have an urge to just pull out the condom and the box and just say hey, and reach out the car window and say, "Hey, can you throw this out for me?" And it occurs to me how fucking hilarious that is. I'm like, oh my God, I should just be cruising around and be hey, can you throw this out? I'm just I should have a used condom. So then I just come up with the idea. I'm like, I'm going to take a condom. I'm going to pour into it. I was thinking initially it would be dish soap, Dove, dish soap. But as it turned out, when I went through the supermarket, the best, was this fabric softener liquid. It was just totally creamy and white. It was just perfect. And I poured it in this rubber. And I just went around, walked around Hollywood, and people are coming up to me and they're saying, "Hey, no, can I get a picture?" I'm like, "Sure you can, man." And check this out, dude. And I pull it out, and it's just I just made it over the top too. This fucking load was just so fucking so huge, and everyone just buy them, just pull it out, and the way that different people react in different ways, and the shit I got away with handing it to people, you just have this video went completely viral. And that's how in 4 days I went from not even having a channel to having millions of views.
And that's called the condom prank?
It's called Condom Prank Steve-O.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you, do you hang out with a lot of rappers?
I have in the past.
Like who?
I'm pretty good bros with the MGK.
Yeah, of course. I was going to ask about that.
Right. One of the videos I just posted on my YouTube page is 50 Cent shoving me down 2 flights of cement stairs on a bellhop cart 3 times in a row.
So wait, you just call him and be like, "Yo, 50, can you participate in this, bit with me?"
I've been sitting on that footage for ages, and it was just the whole crew was in L.A. and I'm pretty tight with Who Kid, and Who Kid's like, "Yo, man, we're rolling to L.A., man, get on the bus," so we went on this crazy trip, I'm on the bus, I'm smoking on the bus. You can't smoke cigarettes. I'm just okay. So I'm hanging out the fucking window of this fucking rap tour bus, smoking a window out. I'm so far out, the fucking guys are holding my ankles because they think I'm gonna fall out of the bus. And the bus driver just straight pulls over to the fucking side of the road and stops the bus. Comes back. He says. You can't fucking smoke on this bus. And I said, I wasn't smoking on the bus. I was fucking hanging halfway out the window. He says, do you think I need a naked white boy hanging out my window on a rap tour? It's so funny, dude. He kicked me off the bus. And, I fucking got in some other bus. And we all rolled to big. Well, there was just a whole caravan of buses.
How'd you hook up with MGK? I'm a big fan of his. I like his music.
I got a call from Juicy J.
And to make her dance.
Yeah, Juicy J. The Wild Boy track initially was, it wasn't where the line, yeah, bitch, call me Steve, I'm a wild boy. It wasn't the hook. It was just one line.
What was it before Steve-O?
It was a different song that was produced by Juicy J. And just when that one line appeared in the song, it only came in the song one time randomly, and they wanted me to shoot me in the studio and whatever. Just had me the board, and then had me swivel around and be like, yeah, bitch, call me Steve-O. And then, and I went, I did it, and it was cool. I met MGK. He said he was a huge fan. And then a while later, and I'm thinking it was like kind of months later, I was like, oh man, you know, everybody says, dude, what do you think about that song? And I'm like what song? They're like, yeah, that song says I'm Steve. I'm thinking like, huh? And then as it turned out, they had taken that one little line and then just made it the whole hook in this new song. Right. And I didn't even know about it. And then like we hooked up and we did like a remix video, and I recorded for the remix. And like I actually had spent like a whole night hanging out with MGK, and he told me like he had read my whole book and how much he loved it, and like what if, you know, just like I'm telling you, man, there's so much more. The guy, his talent is off the charts, and like, you know, he's like, yeah, I'm partying, I'm like wild, and but dude, there is so much to that dude, you know, there really is, yeah. In a big way, there's a lot to him, and I'm just super impressed with the guy. And
that's cool, man. So what's the deal? So you're and I know you got a couple days, just like you mentioned, and then I guess I don't want to just come off cliche, but like, you know, you have plans like 5-10 years. You know, you're gonna continue the Jackass thing. What?
I mean, who knows?
I mean, you could probably just retire the rest of your life.
I mean, I don't know, dude, and I struggle with it, you know. I struggle with it.
Well, you said that you love attention, right? That's something in you.
I do, man. I'm an attention whore, and you know, I like to think that, you know, that I like to think that I'm not going to be like completely living in isolation alone, just trying to like use chicks and throw them away like over and over, and like and just live this depressing life of isolation with my 2 rescue dogs, you know. Like I like to think that I could like sort of, and that's where I'm at right now. My plan down the road is to try to figure out how to become the kind of guy who can be like a happy, like, you know, good stand-up dude with like 1 chick.
Well, you're saying there's not like women your age or around that age range that take. Are you saying they don't take you seriously?
No, what I'm saying is that like where I'm at right now, and there's one girl is the love of my life, and I where I'm at right now, if her situation was like became right, and you know, like I'm not ready for it, you know, and I'm basically in training to become the guy who the love of my life deserves. And that's what's up.
I like that.
Yeah. And there's a fucking, I got like some fucking serious work to do.
Oh man, so what? You should do morning radio, man. You should do radio or TV. Has anybody ever? Because you're a great storyteller. As this, for anyone that hasn't seen you, Kevin, you agree, right? Camera guy, your stories are amazing. Like you could just tell stories for days, and that's really what, you know, people are looking for.
Man. I appreciate that very much, dude.
I don't know if you ever thought about that, but.
Yeah, who knows, man? I mean, I think that my voice is kind of hard to listen to.
I don't know if that has anything to do with voice, but. Anywho, so wait, Jackass.
Danny Bonaducci on the radio. It's kind of hard to listen to.
He's in Philadelphia. Danny Bonaducci's in Philadelphia. No, you know what? He got
Seattle, right?
No, he left Philadelphia. Yeah, he probably went to Seattle. I don't know, but so after here, how about Jackass? What's going on with that? You guys are working on something, right?
There's a movie coming out. It's a Jackass spin-off movie, so it's not a Jackass movie. It's called Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa, and what it is, they took Knoxville's old man character and they made a like Borat format in the movie. So it's part scripted, part hidden camera, and it's got an actual narrative where there's like a story. You know, it's not just like a bunch of bits. You know. Right. So Knoxville's acting the whole time, like he's like, you know, and doing hidden camera pranks, and he's the only one in the movie. None of the rest of us are in it.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay. Well, I mean, is there future plans, or can you even talk about it?
No, man, no. Like they've been just all tied up worrying about the Bad Grandpa movie, and you know, so even if they did, like everyone's just too busy with that, you know. And so I'm like, all right, well, fuck it, you know. Give me a camera. I'm gonna do what I think is awesome, and I'm just gonna put the shit on YouTube and be happy as a clam.
Yeah, dope, dude. Steve-O, thank you very much. Gowhere Hip Hop.